Yasmin, how does this announcement change things concerning the violence we've seen over the last few months?
Thanks, Rachel. Well, it's a clear charge on the capital. We have seen months of violence brewing from December, where the elections took place. And the President Touadéra said, was an attempted coup. This was the rise of a group in alliance with Bozize to topple him, although none of that was formalized because Bozize, as soon as he returned to the country in 2019, actually wanted to return through legitimate means. He wanted to return to his position as president, and the Constitutional Court barred him for his alliance to militia groups who have been accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity, some of whom are currently being tried at the ICC. So we know that Bozize was still heading up until 2 days ago, the KNK party, which he has now allegedly quit. To head up the CPC. So this is a formal move and a formal change by Bozize to say he knows he can't get in by legitimate means, but he's going to opt for another route.
So will the president be able to hold on to power given the vast amount of territory already controlled by the group?
Touadéra is in an incredibly difficult position here. We know that and much of the northern territories in the Central African Republic were already controlled by Seleka-allied groups in the north of the Central African Republic. And some of these groups are now part of the CPC, which Bozize is now heading up. So Bozize is working with his former allies as well as his foes, leaving Touadéra pretty empty-handed, although he has had, I guess he should take confidence from the fact that the United Nations has pledged an additional almost 4,000 military personnel to the country on top of the 12,000 that are currently in the country. And this is on top of Russian and Rwandan forces assisting him in trying to keep some semblance of control of the country, although he's technically only managing 1/3 of territory in a country which is increasingly destabilized, and the country where some of the groups have come together in the CPC, including rebel groups and militia groups such as the Anti-balaka, who we know have been responsible for vast atrocities in the past, leaving much of the same picture along the path that they've treaded previously, with displacement, killings, and humanitarian aid left without the possibility of action.
Yeah, there is a humanitarian crisis in the country that's been called apocalyptic. Can you paint a picture for us of the state of the country right now?
It's a devastating situation. Just in the last few months, more than 200,000 people have been internally displaced. This is on top of the already 600,000 people displaced in the Central African Republic from the previous conflicts. And this is just the internal displacement, Rachel. There are incredible numbers of Central African Republicans in Chad, in Cameroon, and some of them had returned to the country when they'd seen some semblance of peace. But this violence has left people hiding in forests. We've heard from humanitarians who are trying their best to assist in this crisis that, one, they're not able to access them because some of the routes are controlled by the CPC, who are incredibly violent and have killed humanitarian actors such as individuals from Doctors Without Borders and the ICRC. And we've got people hiding from these groups inside forests with their children in refugee camps that aren't safe. This is one of the most deprived countries in the world, although it is a country with vast mineral resources, which is causing some of the fights that we're seeing between these warring political entities.
All right, we'll leave it there. Yasmin Khatun, Dewan in London, thank you so much.